The box-fresh Suzuki Swift is well on its way to South Africa, with the local arm of the Japanese automaker confirming that the fourth generation is pinned in to arrive here in spring 2024. Here's what you can expect from the new Swift. Locally, the Swift lineup will comprise 5 derivatives, available with the choice of one engine option, a duo of transmissions, depending on the trim level, and 3 levels of specification. Starting with the brand new powertrain, the soon-to-arrive Swift employs a 1.2-liter, 3-cylinder petrol engine. The Z12E unit produces 60 kilowatts and 112 newton-meters of torque, exclusively sent to the front axle from 5 700 RPM and 4 300 RPM, respectively. As a reminder, the outgoing models, bar the Swift Sport, which is powered by a 1.4-liter, 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine, makes do with a 1.2-liter, naturally aspirated 4-pot churning out 61 kilowatts and 113 newton-meters, with the former and latter available from 6,000 RPM and 4,200 RPM. About the interior, just as the exterior has been restyled, so too has the car's cabin. The Swift starts from 18,699 pounds, so it's no surprise that the interior isn't resplendent in luxurious materials. Hard, scratchy plastics are abundant and soft surfaces rare, but it all looks decent, and there are plenty of physical controls for stuff like the climate control and heated seats. In fact, the interior feels no less luxurious than a bottom-spec Vauxhall Corsa. Suzuki has focused on sustainability in its choice of materials, while opting for a series of funky surface design textures to liven the cabin up. Do they work? Yes. The cabin isn't exactly plush, nor does it scream artistic flair, but it's a nice enough place to be and feels up to date. There's a case to be made that what the Swift falls tech, as a 9.0-inch infotainment display, viral short on in material quality, it makes up for in interiorist Apple CarPlay/Android Auto connectivity, and heated front seats are all included as standard. The seats themselves are supportive and comfortable enough on shorter runs with decent mechanical adjustability, though it does feel like you sit rather high up and the foam bases are rather hard. Front space is good, and there's loads of headroom front and rear. Legroom in the back is good for the class, but not palatial. It is a super mini after all. How does it drive? The last Swift was lauded for its cheap date driving pleasures, and the newest offering follows suit. Owing to the aforementioned suspension updates and its light curb weight, the Swift feels nimble on the road, capable of controlling its body well through corners for an all-round gratifying driving experience. With 81 brake horsepower, the Swift doesn't have the power to push you back in your seat, but its slick manual gearbox is one to savor. Couple its short throw and precise action with the car's well-weighted steering, and it becomes a joyous thing to hang through the bends. It feels nimble, well-balanced, and agile despite a fair bit of body lean. Most rivals feel lead-footed in comparison. The new Swift is also available with an optional CVT gearbox. We didn't get a chance to try it, but we suspect it won't be a box worth ticking for those in search of an engaging experience. For the less speed-conscious Swift drivers, it probably won't make much of a difference. We'll report back our findings when we've tested it. Performance isn't exactly sparkling, but it's sufficient for this sort of car and feels strong enough on the motorway. The mild hybrid system means the engine can slog from well under 1,500 RPM, making it feel like a bigger, torquier lump in part throttle situations. You'll still need to rev it out to find the power, though. As for the ride, the Swift cushions well enough for the class. You're aware of bumps and crevices passing beneath you, yet it's less twangy and more settled than its predecessor. It's more comfortable than a Yaris or Mazda 2 hybrid, that's for sure. In line with the Swift's minimalist ethos, Suzuki has kept the trim range short. There are only 2 grades to choose from, Motion and Ultra, but even in base spec you get plenty included in the list price. Motion trim includes adaptive cruise control, a 9-inch infotainment display, and many driving assistance features as standard, among a long list of other technological supplements. On top of Motion's tech list, Ultra-line cars receive automatic aircon, electrically folding door mirrors, and a handful of other extras. Manual Motion cars start from 18,699 pounds, while a manual Ultra will set you back 19,799 pounds, are the add-on worth the extra 1,100 pounds. Probably not. It strikes us that with so much included in base spec, motion cars really are the bargain choice and likely the models to go for. Since 2004, Suzuki has sold over 9 million Swifts. It's been one of the great success stories of Japan's automotive industry, relying on back-to-basics functionality with few frills for a great price. It's unlikely this new Swift will upset the Wasabi cart, as it carries much of the same ethos over while bringing the model up to date in 2024 with all the requisite tech and a little more polish. Yes, the interior is a little harsh to the touch and the boot a little small, but the new Swift remains cheap, well-equipped, and is more efficient than ever. Crucially, it feels like a light, nimble thing that reminds us that you don't even need 100 brake horsepower to have a jolly good time. With so many updates, many of the Swift's data figures have also been refreshed. The mild hybrid 3-cylinder engine produces the same 81 brake horsepower as the old 4-pot model, but it now has a quicker 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 12.5 seconds, 5% faster than before. Its torque rating is 83 lb-ft at 4,500 rpm, and flat out it'll do 103 miles per hour in motion spec or 106 miles per hour in ultra. The Swift's all-grip 4-wheel drive variant can't quite match that, with a top speed of 99 miles per hour.